Hello and welcome to our fifth and final winter herb school class. Today's class is on parsley. Our quote for today is a folk saying that is about growing parsley, and it says, "Parsley seeds must go to the devil and back 9 times before sprouting." This is essentially a commentary on how very, very difficult it is to get parsley seeds to grow and germinate. So just a hint already, if you want to grow parsley, it's often better to buy it already started than to try and grow it from seed yourself. So let's talk a little bit about parsley. Let's get to know parsley first. So the botanical name for parsley is Petroselenium crispum. Parsley has a very, what I would describe as a green, fresh type of smell and taste. It's a very refreshing plant. Now, I do want to talk about the look and feel a little bit in depth. So there's two types of parsley that we commonly see. We commonly see flat Italian parsley, like you see in the picture here. And we also see curly parsley, like we saw in the previous picture. So these two different types of parsley, they taste the same and they have the same types of properties. They look a little different though. One's flat and smooth. One is curly and a little bit rougher of a plant. So do notice the look and feel of parsley. One thing to be aware of with parsley is that flat leaf parsley often looks a lot like cilantro, and you do sometimes have to be careful when you go and buy parsley in the store because if they're right beside each other, it makes it really easy to pick up the wrong one um, and get the wrong plant. So, and I've done this before. I've picked up flat leaf parsley instead of cilantro when I was making guacamole and salsa, and I got home before I realized what I had done, and I had to go back out and get some cilantro because my flat leaf parsley was not going to work in my salsa and guacamole. So do be aware of the difference between your flat leaf parsley and your cilantro. So let's talk about properties of parsley. So parsley is primarily carminative. So it's used to expel gas and release pressure on the gastrointestinal system. And by now you've heard this several times, so you know what it does. It's also a diuretic. So a diuretic helps you go pee. It can be used as an expectorant, so it can be used to get rid of all the stuff in your sinuses or in your chest that's kind of yucky. So, three really good properties of parsley, in addition to it being used as a culinary herb. So now let's talk about growing parsley. So as we mentioned before, parsley is not the easiest thing to grow. It is a biennial. So we talked about biennials back in one of our earlier classes. So a biennial is a plant that flowers in its second year. So it reaches maturity in its second year. Parsley is native to the Mediterranean region. However, unlike a lot of Mediterranean region plants, it prefers a deep and most moist soil. It grows a very deep taproot, almost like a carrot. And in fact, when it flowers, it looks like the flowers on a carrot when a carrot flowers. They are very, very similar. It also prefers sun to kind of part shade. So even though it is a Mediterranean region plant, it does like a little bit moister soil and a little bit of shade. Like I said, if you are planning on growing parsley, it's often easier to buy a plant at your local nursery as opposed to trying to grow it from seed. So keep that in mind. So now let's talk about some uses for parsley. As we mentioned, it is a diuretic. So it is often used to support the liver and the kidneys. It helps flush things out of the liver and kidneys. It is widely used in Italian culinary dishes. We see a lot. It's also used as a culinary garnish. So we see it used as a nice pretty little thing on the side of a plate, but it has a lot of uses in culinary applications as well. One of my favorite recipes that you're going to learn is beet salad with parsley. It can also be used to freshen your breath, which is why we often see it set on the side of a plate. It's not just there for looks. It can actually be used after your meal. Chew on that little bit of parsley and it'll clear your breath out too. So it's not just a pretty little plant that you put on the side of a plate and use as a garnish. So let's talk a little bit about those recipes that I just mentioned. All right, so this salad is so delicious. One of my favorite things, especially when it's hot in the summertime. It's this wonderful cold, sweet salad. It's made with beets and carrots and parsley, so it's also really good. It's made with a large amount of parsley, so it's also really good for your kidney and your liver. So it's this refreshing, healthy, cleansing, really delicious salad. I love this salad. It's wonderful. So as it starts to get warmer, I encourage you to try this. Another thing that you can do with parsley is you can make what's called a bouquet garni. And a bouquet garni starts with 2 sprigs of parsley, a sprig of thyme, and a bay leaf. You wrap cotton string around them or you put them in cheesecloth. And then the bouquet garni is used to flavor soups, stews, stocks, things like that. So if you want to give your soup a nice flavor, this is how you do it. And you don't want to put all those herbs right into your stew. You want to be able to strain them out. This is a wonderful option to be able to do that. The video on how to do this is included in this week's lesson. So please go ahead and watch that video as well. So that's a little bit about parsley. So thank you so much for attending Winter Herb School. I hope that you enjoyed it and you learned a whole lot the last 5 weeks. Spring Herb School is going to be starting soon. So if you've enjoyed this, I would encourage you to sign up to learn about 5 more herbs for Spring Herb School. And I would love to have you as a student again. Don't forget that you can look up information on herbs and properties and preparations, things like that, at our website, www.worldviewherbal.com. You can also look up things that are going on with Simple Cottage School at www.simplecottageschool.com. And again, thank you so much for being in Winter Herb School. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks. Bye.